Hi, this is Gordon Young with Maximum PC. We're going to be looking at Asus's new Sabertooth X58 motherboard, the ultimate force. First, before we get started anywhere, I just got back from Intel's Great Big IDF Forum, and the good news is 1366 boards, which some people were concerned would be dead very, very soon, will actually probably get another 8 or 9 months before Intel replaces it with a new socket. This board is... The nice thing about this board is it's actually pretty cheap. I was looking on an online store and it was going for about $200, which for an X58 board is pretty reasonable. Go ahead and look inside the box. You get your typical Asus things. So this is the new thing Asus has been doing on a lot of their boards. This is a standard I/O shield, just a piece of cheap metal. The problem I have with these is these stupid little fingers always forget to bend them out of the way and they get jammed in the ports. These kind of stink. This new one that Asus has been doing for I think probably a year now is nice. It has like a foam metal padding so you don't have to worry about those lousy little metal fingers. Let's look at the board itself. This is actually the first time I've taken this board out, but you'll notice it has a new color scheme. This has something called that Asus is calling ceramics, which if you get a good look at, if we can get a good shot at this, it's actually a standard metal aluminum heatsink, but it has some kind of ceramic coating that's supposed to actually increase the ability for the heatsink to disperse heat. I don't know if it works or not, but it certainly looks nice. So the color scheme is also very different for Asus. There's not a lot of colors. They've used also some military grade components. There's some mil-spec parts in the VREGs and the like. And Asus actually says that this board actually is better made for surviving in a area where there is a higher moisture. So if you live in an area that's really, I guess, really humid, this board might be better than a normal board. For a $200 board, it's not bad. You get the one side snap-in memory connectors. These are nice because they let you just, if you have a video card pressed all the way up here, you just unlatch it from one side, pull the RAM out. One thing you do have to be careful with these things, and I've actually done this in the lab, is if you don't push this side in all the way down when you insert the module, you can actually have the module not show up, or actually once I actually got the module to boot in Windows and in post and actually say it was 12 gigs of RAM, but for some reason it was only running in single channel mode. It was the weirdest thing, and I finally realized after I reseated all the RAM, it went away. As far as layouts, this board's probably got one thing against it for some people is the primary PCI Express slot. If you have a dual card, which you probably would if you're running an X58 platform, it covers up the PCI slot. So if you have an old Sound Blaster or some old weird SCSI card that you have to run in PCI, you're going to have a problem unless you move the card over here. And if you have a multi-GPU setup, this board actually supports SLI and Crossfire in 2 slots. You're not going to be able to access this slot. The actual configuration is a by 1 PCI Express, by 16 PCI Express, all 2.0 of course, a standard PCI slot, another PCI Express 16 by 16, another by 1, and then a by 4 slot. So this board is actually only supposed to run SLI, so 2 cards. It's not really best for 3 cards. And for a $300 board, it's really not bad. You are, of course, getting an NEC chip for your USB 3 support, and there is SATA 6 through a Marvell chip.